It's all over the news. Energy costs are soaring. It's time to call Wallside. For a limited time only, when you buy 5 or more Wallside windows, get your 6th for only $60. When you buy 10, you'll get 2 for $60. It's time to call Wallside. When you call today, you'll save on energy bills all winter and pay nothing till November 2005. It's time to call, because this offer is for a limited time only. Wallside. Most preferred, most preferred. 1-800-521-7800.
Proposal 1 requires public votes on plans to expand gambling. But now, the governor and other politicians are making the wild claim that allowing public votes could hurt the lottery and schools. The politicians have big plans to expand gambling, like allowing casinos at racetracks, slot machines in bars and restaurants, and 24-hour internet gambling targeting young people. Don't let the politicians make the decisions on gambling. Vote yes on one to let voters decide.
Middle-class families are being squeezed by George Bush and right-wing Republicans. Windfalls for big drug companies while they make it illegal to get low-cost medicine from Canada. Big corporations get tax breaks for sending our jobs overseas. John Kerry and Democrats will take America in a new direction. Tax cuts for middle-class families and small businesses to create jobs. Allow low-priced medicine from Canada, helping seniors. A new direction for America.
I'm John Kerry, and I approve this message.
As your governor, I inherited a $2 billion deficit, and I've worked closely with the legislature to balance the state budget. We've had to make some very, very difficult cuts. That's why I'm asking you to vote no on Proposal 1. Proposal 1 threatens the future of the lottery, which provides almost $600 million a year for our schools. Our children have so much at stake. Please join me in voting no on Proposal 1.
Working for you right now. This is Fox 2 News. News that works for you.
Get out and stay out. That's what Kirk Jones was told after doing the impossible. So why is he going back to Niagara? The Detroit daycare shooting shocked the city, except for one woman. Find out why in a Fox 2 exclusive. Plus, getting out the vote becomes homework for some students. Good evening, I'm Huel Perkins. Monica Gale has a night off. Right now, a local woman says that last month's daycare attack in Detroit could have been prevented if police had done a better job and looked more closely at the man who's now the prime suspect. She believes that same man also shot and tried to kill her. Fox News' Robin Schwartz has this exclusive interview.
I just feel like, you know, somebody should have listened to me. I feel like if someone would have taken me serious.
Charity Smith says she's haunted by last month's daycare shooting in Detroit and the arrest of 37-year-old Bernard Kelly. Kelly is also the father of her 4-year-old daughter, and she says she's hiding her face because she still lives in fear.
He went from hating our guts, to hoping we'll die, how he'll kill us, to, you know, we're the best thing that God put in his life. It was like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and I got a little spooked.
Smith says Kelly turned violent in 2002 when she wanted him to pay child support. She showed us this protection order, taken out after someone opened fire on her house and shot her 7 times. Smith told police she suspected Kelly, but no one was ever charged, something she's still bitter about today.
We all understand that Detroit has a very high crime rate, but we need to stop brushing things off as if it's just another black crime in the city of Detroit.
Police investigated but say they never found enough evidence to file charges. Smith says it gives her chills that 2 years later, Kelly is accused of shooting up the daycare and beating his 3-year-old daughter Stephanie to death after a fight over child support.
And yes, of course, a child's life is way more important than what I went through. But to me, it all ties in somewhere with each other. And I'm in a lot of pain.
In Detroit, Robin Schwartz, Fox 2 News.
A plea from the mother who left her children in a car while she went shopping. Brandy Fomby pled no contest to child neglect charges today in Pontiac. The 29-year-old woman left her 3 young children in the car for 2 hours while she shopped at the Northland Center. Right now, 2 of the children are in foster care. The 3rd is with her biological father. Fomby is now under evaluation as a mother. A judge will decide next month if her children will be returned to her care. Tonight, frat members at the University of Detroit Mercy want better security near campus. That's after muggers attacked Chris Himmler. He lives at the Kappa Delta Row frat house just across the street from campus. On Friday,
he was walking with a female friend when they were attacked.
We had two people run up behind us, and they were dressed in all black with black ski masks, and they're pretty much just they asked us for money and stuff like that. So I gave my money. It was only $6. So they thought I was holding out, and plus I was telling them to keep their hands off Laurel just because I didn't want them to touch her.
The university has issued a security alert about the mugging. An old hospital building used as a haven for muggers is being torn down, and additional lighting is being added around campus. A local teen dies from a drug overdose. Now his family is blaming Dearborn police. They say the cops knew that he swallowed cocaine and refused to take him to the hospital. Fox 2's Amy Lang with that story.
16-year-old Quantrell Pryor died over the weekend after he was taken off life support. A death LaTanya Pryor and her attorney blame on Dearborn police.
Who made you judge and jury? That was my son. You took him from me.
Attorney Arnold Reed says around 4:30 Tuesday afternoon, Dearborn police followed Pryor into the JCPenney parking lot of Fairlane Town Center and accused him of having a stolen car. Pryor then took an unknown amount of cocaine out of his pocket and swallowed it. Reed says police arrested Pryor, took his money, $1,000, and counted it out on the hood of their police car. Pryor's neighbor happened to be in the parking lot and saw what was going on. Reed says Pryor told the neighbor to call his mother. The neighbor did and gave the phone to an officer.
The police told Miss Pryor, your son has ingested drugs, cocaine. He's foaming at the mouth. She demanded that they take him to the hospital.
The Pryors claim police knew the teen had swallowed the drugs, but brought him here to the Dearborn police station instead of an emergency room. LaTanya went to look for her son but couldn't find him. She says she got a phone call from Oakwood Hospital a couple of hours later telling her he was there. Reed is filing a $50 million wrongful death lawsuit against the Dearborn Police Department. In Farmington Hills, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.
Tonight, the city of Dearborn sent this statement to Fox 2 in response to that lawsuit. The city says that Quantrell Pryor repeatedly denied that he ingested any drugs when questioned by officers. And after those denials, he went into convulsions, and police immediately called an ambulance. 2 Canadian men whose negligence caused the deaths of 7 people will likely plead guilty next month. 4 years ago, the drinking water at Walkerton, Ontario was contaminated by E. coli bacteria. That contamination killed 7 people and caused hundreds more to get sick. Stan and Frank Keeble ran the system at the time. In exchange for pleading guilty to public endangerment, they will not face 2 other serious charges. A controversial proposal to create an African town in the city of Detroit will go forward, but with a compromise. The city council narrowly passing a modified version of the plan to use city funds to create African town.
What I'm hoping we were able to at least do today is put to rest a lot of the concerns about racism that were raised earlier, while still move forward in a progressive fashion. But we still got a long way to go before this thing becomes a reality.
Now, the initial resolution called for a loan fund only open to African Americans. The one approved by city council members today eliminates that provision. Meanwhile, the site for the proposed African town has yet to be determined. Tonight, the city of Hamtramck is back on its feet after years of financial chaos. You may remember the payless paydays for city workers several years ago. The crisis is now over. The city's emergency financial manager, Louis Schlimmel, says he has eliminated the city's $2.5 million deficit, and that's not all he's done.
Major building improvements have taken place at the library. We demolished the dilapidated annex to City Hall. We negotiated an agreement for a new cell tower arrangement that produces $25,000 for the city.
Schlimmel says he's leaving his post next month, but he'll continue to help with labor relations, including contract negotiations with police and firefighters. Chris Edwards has been negotiating with Mother Nature, and apparently we're getting a reprieve. He's here now with a look at your forecast. Chris?
I just said uncle is pretty much what we did. It's been 3 days. We haven't been able to get past 50. It's going to get warmer. Let's take a look at the last 12 hours. We go back to just before noon. There was a whole lot of rain just south of us. Looked like it could give us a drenching, but the heaviest rain passed just to the south. Oh, sure, we've seen a few passing light showers. And at this hour, there's even a little very light rain out at Metro Airport. But for the balance of the night, it's mainly just cloudy with a few light showers. Temperatures will not fall that far from where they are now. We're basically upper 40s. We'll drop a couple more. I'll talk about 50s and when the 60s get back in here. Details on that in a few.
Flags in Michigan will fly at half-staff on Wednesday. in honor of Private Mark Barbrett, who was killed in Iraq last week. Meanwhile, back on the front lines, terrorists are finding new ways to destroy the peace. 7 Iraqi police officers were ambushed today in Bakuba after responding to a false traffic accident. Back in the U.S., former hostage Thomas Hamill is promoting his new book. It details the 24 days he spent in the hands of the rebels. At one point, Hamill escaped, but he wasn't sure what to do next.
All day I said, God was telling me to put myself back in that cell and lock myself back in there, and that's what I did.
Hamill later escaped again and made his way to a U.S. military convoy. Escape in Iraq. The Thomas Hamill story is on its way to bookstores right now. Today, people in Colorado, Arkansas, Texas, and Florida started voting early. And within hours, there were problems, especially in Florida. Some touchscreen terminals wouldn't turn on, others wouldn't connect to the master system. Eventually, the bugs were ironed out. There's only absentee voting here in Michigan, but as Fox 2's Lourdes Duarte reports, some local college students are getting an early assignment in the race for the White House.
What is the most single important person that will have a president? The president of the country.
Professor Leon Isagolian has a unique lesson plan for his environmental science class. It's simple. Offer students extra credit to get out and vote. Not only do they have to do it, but
each student must call a minimum of 5 individuals.
It's given me permission to call people, and I can call my cousins that have never voted, and I can say, look, I'm doing this for a grade.
And what college student wouldn't want extra credit? So needless to say, his plan is working. He says all of his students are now registered voters.
They have to provide a proof that indeed they have gone and voted.
The next step is getting other professors around the country to follow his lead.
It is imperative that they spend around this election time and energize, motivate their students to go and participate in elections.
There are at least 60 people in this classroom. The goal is to get each one of them to call at least 5 people. If that happens, they could get about 300 people to the polls.
I had one young man go and register in time because I talked to him about it. I said, look, I need the extra points. So he went and registered right away.
And so far, students are going to great lengths to get their extra credit.
The telephone directory and, you know, write down the names and numbers. I know that's soliciting, but oh well.
It's an easy assignment. Dr. Isagolian is hoping will have big returns. In Southfield, Lourdes Duarte, Fox 2 News.
They'll all get A's. The up and down life of Niagara Falls jumper Kirk Jones is taking another direction. We'll take you for the ride. Plus, one man's bird's eye view of Earth, not from the sky, but from a tree. And what do you get when you combine sports with toilets? Where do you see this one?
All local, all morning.
Fox 2 News Morning.
When I think local, I think Fox 2 News.
You guys are out in the community.
What's going on in your city? Who's right in my neighborhood?
Martha Reeves is talking to us live about her fight against eBay and how you can walk a mile in a celebrity's shoes. Plus, we're giving away free tickets to see Elfie Tuesday morning.
Something incredible is going on in Brighton. It's Marshall's grand opening, and everyone can't wait to get a look. Find all the great fashion you expect from Marshall's, plus so much footwear it's like having a shoe store within a store, with prices much less than department and specialty stores every day. See you Thursday, 8 a.m., Brighton Mall.
The Hyundai Sonata is winning families over. Named highest-ranked entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. That straight-A dedication to initial quality lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's loaded with standard features, but costs $2,700 less than a Toyota Camry Standard when comparably equipped. So come test drive your Hyundai Sonata, starting at just $16,144. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Hyundai Sonata with up to $3,000 cash back at your local Hyundai dealer.
Go ahead, give it a try. It's a ceiling.
So, how do you guys stay awake?
Mama!
Now at Art Van, save 50% on all Sealy Posturepedic Queen and King mattress sets. Queen sets start at $399 and do not pay for 1.5 years, plus free next day delivery.
Remember that guy from Michigan who went over Niagara Falls without a barrel and lived to tell the story? It happened a year ago this Wednesday, and now the daredevil may be up to something else. Fox 2's Jason Carr reports from downtown Detroit.
It's cold and misty outside the downtown bus station, a perfect setting to interview the self-anointed man of the mist, Kirk Jones. Jones, you may recall, is the local man who 1 year ago this week...
I understand now why 3,000 people have died in going over Niagara Falls in the past 100 years. I fell 18 stories at about 75 miles an hour.
We showed Kirk's commemorative poster to some ladies in the terminal.
You might be sitting next to him on the bus, a real-life daredevil.
Their mild reaction, kind of a, isn't that something, typifies Kirk's brief 15 minutes of celebrity, which actually included a circus tour. But fame was fleeting and wealth was, well...
The records show that not too many people have made a lot of money at this.
Many faces come through this bus station every day, every one of them living out their own personal story, going to destinations only they know. On this night, Kirk is going back to the falls to announce his next world record feat. But does he know what comes after that?
Great miracles are possible if you do believe in yourself. Sometimes the greatest miracle is to overcome yourself.
Whatever Kirk has up his sleeve this time, let's hope he's just as blessed the second time around. In Detroit, Jason Carr, Fox 2 News.
You know, many of us hung out this weekend, but not the way Charlie Phillips did it in Oregon. The doctor crashed into a 150-foot tall spruce tree while paragliding yesterday. Rescue crews worked into the night to get him down, but loggers finally freed him from the tree about midnight. They used pulleys and ropes to get the job done. Luckily, no one was hurt. Okay, so why did the chickens cross the road? In California, it was really to get to the other side after the truck they were in crashed on the highway. The accident happened early this morning when the semi slammed into the median. Chickens, of course, scattered everywhere. Both sides of the road had to be closed so the crews could clean up the mess. The driver was not hurt, and the cause of the crash is unknown. Checks and balances to beat identity thieves at their own game. That's in the Feldman Report just ahead. And we're working for you with cell phone safety, your own and for the seniors in your community. And the problem solvers help some youngsters find a place to play.
Panasonic introduces high-definition plasma TV with the most beautiful picture in the world. Yours.
The most beautiful picture. I'm pretty sure it's mine.
Just snap and share your pictures instantly with built-in photo viewer. It's a whole new generation of high-definition plasma TV from Panasonic. Ideas for life.
For one final day at Gardner White, save the tax, save the interest, save up to 70% on the best furniture. Wednesday only, 10 till 9. The final hours of our gigantic inventory reduction sale. Every style, every color, every item in every department is priced to move. Massive discounts. You cannot save more. Wednesday only. You pay nothing, no interest, no payments till March 2006. And Gardner White pays your sales tax. You have one final day to save. Wednesday only, 10 till 9, only at Gardner White.
WeatherGuard is #1 in every city, every day. More Michigan homeowners trust quality and savings during our fantastic fall fix-up sale. Save $100 on every window we make. Every window on sale, and WeatherGuard pays your sales tax. You can even get 10-day installation guaranteed. Everyone's calling WeatherGuard. Visit our factory showroom or call for a free in-home estimate. Get factory savings on roofing, siding, and gutters. WeatherGuard, 1-800-377-8886.
WeatherGuard Windows, we protect your home.
For years, the Honda Odyssey has been considered the best vehicle in its class. So, what did we do? We went back to the drawing board and enhanced its safety features with side curtain airbags for all 3 rows. We made it more functional and quieter than ever before. Introducing the all-new Honda Odyssey. A great idea made better.
Watch Fox 2 News for election coverage that works for you.
Are you leaving yourself open to identity theft? I'm Murray Feldman with the Feldman Report. You may be giving too much away right here with your checkbook. Experts now say don't have your full name printed on your checks. Just have your initials printed on your checks. The bank will know your full name and the crooks won't. And the bank will know how you sign your checks. Again, the thief won't. The tip comes from the law firm Miller Cantfield. They have offices in Detroit. And they also say when you write a check to pay a credit card account, just put the last 4 numbers of your account right there on the memo line. The card company will know the rest of your account number, but it'll be protected from others who handle the check as it passes through the processing channels. And one more tip from Miller Cantfield: put your work number on your checks rather than your home telephone number, and maybe even the street address at work rather than your home address. Identity theft among the fastest growing personal crimes today in America. Join me weekdays for the Feldman Report right here on WWJ News Radio 950. I'm Murray Feldman.
Expect to see a new feature on upcoming Ford models by the end of this year. Sirius Satellite Radio will now be offered as a dealer-installed option in more Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury models. The satellite radio has roughly 600,000 subscribers and provides more than 120 channels of commercial-free programming. Earlier this month, shock jock Howard Stern announced that he will move to Sirius Radio in the year 2006. Some Wayne County senior citizens have a new way to call for help tonight. The Sheriff's Department handed out 100 emergency cell phones today. It's part of a new program that puts discarded cell phones back to work for seniors. If you'd like to donate a cell phone or pick one up, just contact the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. So what can teamwork accomplish here in Metro Detroit? The answers are limitless, and we have an example for you.
I'm Chris Edwards. I'm talking about a warm-up. It's slow, but it's steady. I'll have details on the updated 5-day coming up.
John Kerry and liberals in Congress have a health care plan. It includes the IRS, Treasury Department, and several massive new government agencies. Your doctor? In here somewhere, but not in charge. This $1.5 trillion government program puts bureaucrats, not your doctor, in charge of your health care decisions. One more reason we can't risk the liberals in Congress and John Kerry.
I'm George W. Bush, and I approve this message.
This is when it gets good, when it's so fine. This is when it gets good, when everything shines. This is when I'll make you mine.
This is when Italian leather furniture comes alive in so many styles and colors, where brand names like Natuzzi, Milano, and Chateau Dax come at a price you'll like. This is Art Van, your home for Italian leather furniture.
Finding something new, and you knew that you would. This is when it gets good.
Hey, why are we doing this? It's cold out. Let's just stay inside and watch TV. All right, I'm out.
Ask about the new M-Care PPO.
It's all over the news. Energy costs are soaring. It's time to call Wallside. For a limited time only, when you buy 5 or more Wallside windows, get your 6th for only $60. When you buy 10, you'll get 2 for $60. It's time to call Wallside. When you call today, you'll save on energy bills all winter and pay nothing till November 2005. It's time to call, because this offer is for a limited time only. Wallside. Most preferred, most referred. 1-800-521-7800.
The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror is all new.
Am I the only one who's in horrible pain?
You're the only one who won't shut up about it. Sunday, November 7th, only on Fox.
Fox 2 News real-time closed captioning brought to you by Walsh College, giving you the power to succeed. Now enrolling for winter semester. Walk in any Wednesday and ask to speak with an advisor.
Barry Manilow. One Night Live, one last time. Saturday, October 23rd, the Palace of Auburn Hills. Get tickets now.
We're helping you lower your heating bill this winter. Fox 2 News Morning, Tuesday.
Well, I said earlier, 3rd day in a row we couldn't get past 50. We got 250 at Metro Airport, but that's 10 degrees cooler than average. 38 the low. That's on the cool side of average. It's 48 now. We're stuck there with a northeast wind and clouds and just a trace of rain at Metro Airport during this Monday. It is raining lightly at this hour. Let's look at the last 24 hours. Around the country, more cloudiness than clear sky. This Really looks like a November-type pattern, complete with some severe weather to the south of us. Look at all the tornado watches stretching all the way from parts of southern Illinois down into Alabama right now. There has already been a number of reports of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes, and some of this very nasty weather as close as the Ohio River Valley. We're just getting the northern fringe of it, and it's just going to be a little light rain, but don't look for any bright sunshine anytime in the next few days. I don't think that's going to happen. At the 10 o'clock hour, the real cold air is slowly starting to move away. A couple of sprinkles were around. Now that continues to move off to the east of us, and during the course of tomorrow, I think we'll have a lot of clouds, but maybe just a brief isolated shower, not much of anything in the way of rain. And tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, the stationary front with the warm air to the south of us will stay off to the south. We'll still have the clouds, but slowly temperatures moderate, and slowly we might see a little sun as we get toward midweek. Meantime, overnight lows, 30s and 20s to the north, I think will drop not much more from where we are now, meaning 40s for lows. And then high temperatures tomorrow into the 50s. That's progress. Notice 66 in St. Louis. I think we get there at some point in the 5-day forecast. We just have to be real patient. You'll see it coming up soon. Don't have to wait too long for that. Cloudy, a few light showers tonight, nothing heavy. Low 46 with a northeast wind at 10 to 15. Then tomorrow, still cloudy, an isolated shower. Most of the day is rain-free, a high of 56 with a northeasterly wind at 8 to 16. And then here's the Weather Authority 5-day forecast. A couple of showers tomorrow, and then Wednesday, 60 and 64 Thursday as we push into Friday. Actually 67 degrees with late-day showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder. Showers could linger into at least early Saturday, but temperatures will still be a little warmer than average. But that's the end of the work week. Tomorrow it's still on the chilly side. Maybe a shower here or there. We're into the 50s. We got a little taste of November early, but I think it's going to go away.
Golf season's still not over.
Oh, I love the way you think.
All right, thanks, Chris.
We'll see.
The Fox 2 problem solvers went to work for families who told us their neighborhood park was overgrown and run down. Mayor Kilpatrick and Fox 2's Ron Savage helped reopen the park today. Marks Park on Gunston near Gratiot is a result of teamwork from East Side Detroiters, 9th Precinct police officers, and some wonderful contractors. Look at this. Stop by Marks Park and see if you don't agree. Thanks to you, it's a wonderful new addition to Detroit's landscape and a great place for kids to play again. All right, get ready. Get your puns set, because in tonight's nightcap, we're going to take you to a festival that has hundreds flushing red.
I'm Dan Miller. Coming up in sports, Lions a little red-faced after this on Sunday. They got to come back after their loss to the Packers. One-on-one with head coach Steve Mariucci next.
The all-new Saab 92X, starting at $199 per month for GM employees, and enjoy the reassurance of no charge scheduled maintenance. Welcome to the state of independence.
Hey parents, are you tired of your kids going over their wireless minutes? Yeah. And kids, are you tired of your parents hassling you for going over? Well, now you can relax, because only Sprint got rid of ugly overages. Check it out.
Now families can talk more. Share 800 anytime minutes on 2 lines for just $70 a month. 100 extra minutes for just $5 means no ugly overages. And each additional line is just $10 a month.
You can save money. Thanks. And you can keep talking.
Oh, yeah. Sprint PCS. Now that's better.
Okay. Safety harness on. Check. Hands are at 10 and 2. Remember, look both ways. Just in case. And I always come to a complete stop.
Thanks, Mommy.
Obsessed with prevention? At HAP, we cover immunizations and other preventive services in all our health plans, because we're obsessed with prevention too. Are you powered by HAP?
The sins against those commandments are mortal sins because they are sins against our body, which is a temple of the Holy Spirit. Do you see? Would a temple wear a thong?
Sisters back in the hilariously habit-forming sequel Late Night Catechism 2, October 14th through December 5th at the Max. For tickets, call 313-576-5111 or DetroitSymphony.com. Sometimes we feel guilty because we are guilty.
Today, we're doing self-portraits.
But I want you to paint your soul, to liberate your minds. Show me what's inside you. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about.
The restyled new 2005 Jeep Liberty. If it's in you, put it out there.
All right, let's start with the NFL, where the Lions were back at Allen Park today trying to pick up the pieces after Sunday's blowout loss to the Packers. Simply put, it was ugly. Brett Favre in Green Bay picked apart Detroit's defense. The Lions' offense, non-existent. The running game really struggled, and that was topic one when I sat down with Steve Mariucci earlier this afternoon.
It's something that we will get better at. We will demand it. We will practice it and improve it. I think our young running backs are going to only get better as they continue to practice and play. But that's an area that we in our philosophy, running the ball, especially in this division, is so important.
It looked yesterday as if, obviously, a running game is going to be a quarterback's best friend. You didn't have that, but when Joey did have opportunities in the passing game, he wasn't as sharp as we've seen him yesterday.
Well, we've seen him better. In fact, prior to this game, he was third in the NFC in quarterback efficiency rating. And so, you know, we didn't hook up a few times that would have made a difference, I think, and certainly on some third downs and some red zone drives and that sort of thing. And when you look at that as a coach, you look at everything. You don't look at just the quarterback. You look at the route that's being run. Is it deep enough? Is the timing right? Is the protection right? Does he have a chance to see what he needs to see, step up and throw without being under duress, and, you know, those sort of things. So the passing game is not just the quarterback. It's the entire 11, and so that's another area that we have to have more precision in the passing game. It's got to be just right. Throws can't be here. They've got to be out front and so on. So that's why we practice.
Is one of your messages to the team this week, look, guys, you're still 3-2. That was a lopsided loss that you had this last week, but you're still sitting there.
If the playoffs were today, we might be in them. According to records, and you're seeing teams getting beaten, and you wonder why. And you know, you're right. We're still 3-2, and so we're going to have some tough games. And you know, you get up for them and you practice. And we practiced so well last week. And I told the team today, if you keep practicing like that for another 12 weeks in a row, we are going to make a heck of a lot of progress this year.
All right, college football, Michigan doesn't control its own destiny in the Big Ten race anymore, but they do know this. If they want a trip to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl, they've got to keep winning and let the chips fall where they may. This week, tough one at Purdue. Early line Wolverines, a 4-point underdog. Meanwhile, BCS standings are out. The first BCS standings, USC #1, followed by Miami and Oklahoma. Auburn is 4th, Florida State 5th. The Wolverines are 13th. Top two teams at the end of the season meet for the national championship. All right, baseball, great night here on Fox 2. Yankees and Red Sox basically running a marathon over the last 24 hours. Game 5 ALCS. Boston up. Pedro Martinez on the mound, but he couldn't hold the lead. Derek Jeter got to him for a bases-loaded double. That scored 3 runs. New York was up 2, but the Red Sox came back in the 8th. Dave Roberts coming home on a sacrifice fly by Jason Varitek. That tied the game at 4, and for the second straight game, they were headed for extra innings. And for the second straight game, it was David Ortiz that won it. Home run last night, run-scoring single tonight. In the 14th inning, Red Sox stay alive. Game 6 of their series tonight in New York. Meanwhile, Carlos Beltran has been the offensive star for Houston in the NLCS tonight, getting it done with a glove diving catch, robbing Edgar Renteria of a extra bases hit. They went to the 9th scoreless. That's where Jeff Kent sent one over the fence. 3-run homer. Houston has now come from 2-zip down to take 3 straight against St. Louis. They lead that series 3 games to do. Games 6 and 7 will be back in St. Louis.
2 great games here on Fox tonight.
It's been a lot of fun.
I didn't see this in sports, though. A new contest that will leave you flushed. Take a look at Seattle, where toilets are the talk of the town. They're holding the Flush Fest and Plunger Olympics. The big prize, a champion toilet with America's so-called best flushing system. The winner must dethrone the competition. Some of the main events include the Plunger Golf Tournament. There you see the game of basketball. And, of course, the ever-popular toilet paper roll toss. Something we do every night here at Fox 2.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great night.
If you're getting married, we'll rent you a tuxedo for as little as $50, which is pretty good, considering her dress probably cost as much as your car.
Rent 4 tuxedos, and the groom's is free.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
All right, here we go. You guys ready? You guys want to go row up to Kalamazoo, all right?
As a Michigan native, Steve Mariucci knows the best way to get around the state.
Ready?
The 2005 Mercury Mountaineer, capable outside with advanced track with roll stability control, comfortable inside with room for up to 7. Now ADZ customers can lease Mountaineer for just $299 a month with $14.69 cash due at signing.
We're building something good here.
See your Metro Detroit Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
The sins against those commandments are mortal sins because they are sins against our body, which is a temple of the Holy Spirit. Do you see? Would a temple wear a thong?
Sisters back in the hilariously habit-forming sequel Late Night Catechism 2, October 14th through December 5th at the Max. For tickets, call 313-576-5111 or DetroitSymphony.com. Sometimes we feel guilty because we are guilty.
To really satisfy your family, you need a big pizza. Way bigger than that. Now that's what I'm talking about. The new Full House Extra Large Pizza from Pizza Hut. It's 30% bigger than our large, but the price isn't. A one topping's just $9.99 every day. That's 30% more family-pleasing Pizza Hut pizza. No more leaving the table hungry. The new fully satisfying Full House Pizza from Pizza Hut. 30% bigger for a very tiny $9.99. Gather around the good stuff.
The 5-star crash safety rated Civic Coupe from Honda.
Starting at $70, you'll find our shoes fit your budget almost as well as your feet.
Styles from dress to casual. Sizes from 8.5 to 14. Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Watch Fox 2 News for election coverage that works for you. Seinfeld starts now with the Fox 2 Late Shift. Brought to you by Wallside Window.